Alrighty, just trying to make sure here that the stream is actually live. 1 second. Alright, it does look like it's live, so we are going to get to it. Alright, so today we're here in American Truck Simulator with the new T680 after the 1.55 update, and we're going to be doing some trucking using this low boy. First we got to figure out where we want to go. We're out here in Houston, hometown. We're going to go down to Haddock Shipyard and pick up a load there.
Time to hit the road. Turn left, rerouting. Turn right.
Now it's been a while since I've done a stream or made a video. We're going to try to get that consistency up for videos and streams.
Stay left, and then turn left. Turn left.
I gotta remember to follow the traffic laws here, because most of the time I don't. I just blow right through the red lights. And hopefully the audio is good, because the mic is a little offset. So hopefully everybody can hear me correctly. Honestly, I may have to just check the stream here to see if it doesn't sound bad. Let me see here. Alright, so yeah, it sounds okay. I might turn the volume up here a little bit. Just a tad. Just to make sure everybody can hear me. But I'm pretty sure we missed a red light here, so we may do a little illegalness and run the red here. Nothing to see here. Yeah, this is I'm gonna count this as my first official stream, because it's like the only one where I have everything that I really do.
Stay left,
start streaming.
and then turn left.
I've got the not just the recording software, but
Turn left.
I just bought this new mic. It's from 5.9. It's the AM8T with XLR and USB capability. I don't really know what XLR is. I just know that it's used for like mixers and stuff and other professional settings, but I don't need any of that. But I saw that it was pretty good quality, and I ordered it literally yesterday because I was thinking of starting to get back into streaming, and so I figured I needed something a little bit more, sophisticated than my headset.
Go straight.
I have a Razer headset, and it's okay, but I figured it's not really stream quality, so that's why I decided
Turn
to pick something
left.
up a little bit more that's tailored
This
for
is
it.
where it ends.
But other than that, I have the camera. I'm using like a Nexigo something. I have no idea what's it called. Yeah, it's Nexigo. It has a little LED light on it. So I figured most streamers have their face shown or something. I'm also using, so what I'm using for my steering wheel, I'm using a Thrustmaster 128 with the pedals, no clutch unfortunately, but I do also have another Thrustmaster shifter. It's 1 through 6 or 1 through 7 with the reverse. Although right now I'm just using automatic because I'm not really that experienced with changing gears, and plus I don't have a clutch, so it's kind of hard to try to maneuver all that without a clutch, because that means I have to use it up one of my steering wheel keys, and turning and everything just makes it complicated. Alright, let's see, where are we going today? Alright, so our only options are cooling towers. In terms of distance, longest we can do is about almost 2,000 miles. That's crazy. Go to Laredo, or we can go to Austin. I want to kind of choose something in the middle though, because in terms of like how long the stream is going to be, 300 miles is nothing. I can do that in like 20 minutes. But I don't want to keep you guys here for like too long if I do this. Let me see. Let's back out of here. Let's go into one of the other menus and see if we can get something else that's not too crazy far, but enough to keep us going for a little bit. Oh, you know what? I wonder if there's anything to Iowa. I've been wanting to go up there. I mean, I basically already discovered everything up there. But let's see if there's anything going to Iowa. There is not. Okay. I'm trying to find something around the 500 miles range. That's like maybe 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Okay, here we go. Houston to Arkansas. Yeah, we can do that. We haven't really been to Arkansas, so we're gonna take this one.
Ready to roll.
So we're gonna have to head out there.
Finding new route.
I need to turn on the vibrations. Oh, that's what's shaking.
When possible, make a U-turn.
Let's try not to crash. First official stream. This is episode 3. I don't know where episode 1 is. It's
Turn right.
So, other than that, I've got, let me see. I've got 7,684 miles on this truck. Just marked it. Our home base is here in Houston, and we're working towards hiring another driver, purchasing another truck. Right now we have another driver, a T680.
Go straight.
Not sure if we're just going to keep doing T680s or if we're going to branch it out. I think I want to do a couple of other Kenworths. I don't know what they're called. I just blanked. The long nose Legacy Edition. I don't know, it's just your classic truck. Although I feel a little bit guilty though, because I lived in Denton for a little bit when I was in college, and as you know, Denton is it's the manufacturer of is where Peterbilt is made. So I feel like I'm betraying Texas a little bit by going with Kenworth. I have no idea where Kenworth is made, but just feel like, I don't know, whenever I
Get
get
ready
on the
to turn
389
left.
with the Peterbilt, it just feels small. Like, I don't know, it's just something about the Kenworth that just like, it's big, it's flashy.
Turn left.
That's why I like it. So, bite me. I'm excited to get back into streaming. I'm in a VTC with OTR Co. or OTR Trucking Co. If you don't know what a VTC is, it's a Truckers MP. It's like a virtual trucking company within that community, and I'm fairly certain that they've consecutively won the highest miles for like ever. I know there's been a few times where he ranks second or third, but for the most part, we get the most miles. I don't know why. I guess we just have a lot of high mile drivers. Personally, last I checked, I'm like at 109,000 miles with the company, so that's pretty good. I'm trying to get up to 256,000 miles so that I can reach the high miles club. That is the threshold is like 255,000.
Stay left, and
so
then turn left.
Get at least a little bit more. I mean, we have
Turn
drivers
left.
though, like that are in the tens of millions of miles, and that just blows my mind. Like one of our, I guess, high mile drivers, his name's Joey. I don't know how he does it. He has to be driving 8 hours a day because I don't know how many miles he's doing, but he's always at the top, pretty much all the time. But yeah, I like it because he's just so nonchalant about it. Like he's like, I just drive, and I'm like, oh, it's just that simple. Just drive for 8 hours a day. I wish I could do that, but not until I get some more subscribers and get paid from this. But in all reality, I'm not really looking for this to become my main job because I'm actually going to EMT school. I start Monday.
Stay left, and then exit left.
I'm just waiting for the school to send me the login details.
Exit left.
And I should be done. I was aiming to be done by the end of August, but because I had to wait a little bit
Stay right,
to actually be
and then exit right.
It looks more like I'm going to be starting, like where I'm going to be finishing
Exit right.
late September, if not early October. But my goal is still to finish before my birthday on the 28th of September. I don't know, it's just so that way I can feel double accomplished. So that's the goal. Prior to that, I was actually looking to get my EMT, but with the way the economy is right now, I just figured EMT is a safer option because the world may not always need truckers, but you'll always need EMTs because people either get sick, they get injured, so there's always going to have to be people out there to help people unless they somehow find a way to automate EMS. I doubt it will. I really wouldn't want a robot
Stay right,
saving my
and then
life.
exit right.
Who knows? Maybe that's ChatGPT's
Exit
next
right.
evolution is to turn into a medical robot.
Stay left, and then turn left.
I forget we're trying to follow the rules here. I'm gonna sideswipe this car.
Turn left.
Just take a look at our truck here. I'm sporting the OTR colors. This is our official livery. It's just the base livery. So you'll see the stripes I think. So it's union stripes. I like it. I like the colors, although I'm more of a fan of black. So I would have done like instead of white as the base color, I would have done black and then white and then orange. But that's just me. I know some people run it like that.
Stay left, and then turn left.
Official colors, so I figured, why is it so freaking dark? Because my lights are not on.
Turn left.
I'm fairly certain I would have lost my license at this point if I was actually driving. Yeah, this one thing I like about these trucks, though, is if you actually have the auto headlights on, it'll alternate between high beams and low beams. This is a recent update. I forget which one it was in. I think it was 1.53, where the automated headlights. Now I'm not sure if they work in TMP. I think they might, but I'm not sure. I know that the only thing that doesn't work for sure in TMP is the
Turn right.
auto emergency braking and advanced cruise control, because I guess
Get ready
it's
to
just
turn left.
not optimized for it, which makes sense, because if you're
Turn
having
left.
with somebody and then they like popcorn right in front of you, and then your auto emergency braking goes on, and then the next second they're not in front of you anymore, it's gonna really suck to get back up to speed. But the biggest thing I'm looking forward to, and it's not even been confirmed, but I really want to see dynamic weather and dynamic seasons, because honestly I'm tired of this heat. I'm tired of this Texas heat, and I want to go up north and feel a little bit snow.
It was a nice ride.
Even if it's virtual, at least I'll feel a little bit cooler. Let's see what we got. Ooh, helicopter. Is that a helicopter? No, that's an airplane wing. I'm blind. Okay, so we're gonna do Arkansas here. We're gonna take this, and we're gonna have to find a way to park, because I suck at backup parking. And it's ironic. That's one of the reasons why I got this steering wheel, is because I wanted to learn actually how to back up. And I know it's not exactly a simulator, but I figure it's better than nothing. But I do really suck at backup parking, even with the steering wheel, because I really don't practice a lot with it. Because I figure, you know, I'm not actually going to go into CDO, so it might not be that, it might not make as much sense. Definitely out of line here. We're going to make it, we might just have to go back. Actually, we might have it here. Let's try it back. Cheating. I don't know if I like these trailers better, or the ones in ATS where the back tires on the trailer turn. I feel like sometimes that makes it a little bit complicated, because not only do you have to account for just backing out, but then also the rear tires on the trailer. You gotta get out there. If somebody is driven in Europe, let me know. Tell me if that's easier. So we stop.
Time to get the job done.
Oh no, we're already tired. We got 1 hour, that's crazy. We only got 1 hour of driving before we gotta rest. Let's make the most of what we can. Okay, 30 minutes, that's not bad. We've already been streaming for like 15 minutes, I think. So make it like 45 minutes, maybe stretched a little bit, take some back roads, make it a solid hour. But other than ATS, I'm also thinking
Turn
of streaming
right.
some other gameplay, like Microsoft LiveSteam. Don't really have a full HOTAS system, but I'm hoping I can get a yoke, like an actual yoke, and thrust lever. Because right now I'm just rocking a classic joystick.
Get ready to turn left.
Other than Microsoft Flight Simulator, I'm thinking
Turn left.
this, especially with the release of the new Clipper, new Panther Clipper. I'll be doing a live stream tomorrow as well at the same time. Although I know I was a little bit late today, but I was trying to set up everything. It took me forever to find my camera. But now that we got everything
Stay
set up,
right,
hopefully tomorrow's
and then turn right.
setup will be a lot smoother. Be checking out the Panther
Turn
Clipper
right.
Mark II. No idea. Oh, I already know what I'm going to do with it. So I started, I colonized like 4 systems at this point. I just finished colonizing 1, but I haven't really built up anything. And this is the thing I kind of hate about myself, is I jump the gun a lot on some things. And so when I first started with colonization, obviously I think this was everybody, but we didn't really know much about it. And so a lot of people just started colonizing random systems that really had no value. Like, why would you colonize a system with just a star that has nothing else? And why would it have like 6 slots for stuff when there's really no reason to be there, other than, I guess, science, pirate base. But my last system is okay. It's mostly ice worlds, and I recently learned like the different economy styles for it. So that world's gonna be mostly industrial. And then the other system that I just colonized is literally like maybe 13 light years away or something like that. It's it has a lot of high metal content world, so it's
Stay left,
mostly an
and
extraction
then turn left.
economy. Of course, if you don't play Elite Dangerous, you have no idea what I'm talking about, but it's basically a giant space game. You can go anywhere in the galaxy. If you wanted to, you could go in real time, but you would die well before you even got anywhere. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how the ship's gonna perform. I already seen some videos of some content creators that got early access, and there's a little quirkiness to the ship. Like, if you put turrets on it, I'm not going to.
Turn left.
If you put turrets on it, sometimes the turrets will shoot through the ship whole, which just makes me wonder, like, the coding behind allowing your own ship guns to shoot through your hull, but not allowing. Oh my god, what the hell was that? Did somebody hit me? I have no idea what the hell it was. I thought it was a pothole, but I was like, how is there a pothole in the video game? That damaged me a little bit. Let's see how much damage I got. Oh my gosh, 6% damage to my truck, 5%, 3% to my truck. Arguably, that's not that bad. As long as the cargo isn't damaged, I'm all set. Because I don't want to get any penalties. What is that thing on top of that truck? Is that like an antenna? I really can't tell. I'm trying to get up next to it. Oh god. Wait, I'm a safe driver. I'm a safe driver. Next stream for ATS, I'm going to try to see about music. Try to see what type of music, because I know it can get a little bit dull without it. And it also just enhances the vibe. I just got to make sure what I am and I'm not allowed to play. Because I know some of this music is copyrighted, but to be honest, it makes all the difference. Like, I'm not sure if I can play TMP radio or some Truckers FM, because it has copyrighted music. So I don't know. I just know that they have a license, and oh god, I have to turn off here so you can sleep for a little bit and then keep going on the road. Let's see if we can do this perfectly. I doubt it. We're gonna see. Oh, I have to back up. time to hit the road. That sucks, our driver couldn't find any jobs. This entire time driving, I completely ignored the speed limit. Like, I didn't even notice what it was. I just continued driving. Most of the time, I drive at 80 max because the VTC that I'm in, we use truck books to track our miles, and they still count if you go above 80 miles an hour. But there's a difference. They count them as realistic miles if they're below if they're at or below 80 miles per hour. If they're above 80, then they don't count as realistic, they count as race. And I guess the more competitive is trying to get the most real miles. So that's what we try to go for. But for this stream, oh my god. How did I not realize that I was running out of gas? Okay, we still have 250 miles of gas left, so we should be able to make it to a next gas station, which is going to be here. So yeah, we'll just take this exit. Please don't crash the game. We're just going to exit out of that. I have no idea why it's not calculating the route. I think honestly we might crash the game here in a sec. Just gonna keep going.
Drive safe.
I think maybe I can't calculate it because we're too like that. We won't have enough gas to get there. We're gonna find out. I think if we keep it at the speed limit, we should be able to get to the next stop. We've only got 24 minutes, so hopefully we can find something on the way there.
Stay right, and then exit right. Exit right.
Oh no, we're gonna make it, definitely. I totally misjudged that. I feel like the 1.5 update was a little janky. It crashed like a lot, even after I've done some fixes to it. I'm not sure really what it is, but this is definitely the most unstable update I've seen.
Recomputing.
This is truck entrance here.
Go straight.
This is not the truck entrance. I lied. This is like a Wendy's or something. Oh, it's like a Cane's. I could go for some Cane's right now. Oh my god, this is super tight. I think it was saying that it was around the corner, but like, why would it be so far away from the corner?
Okay, let's find a new route.
Really going all the way
Rerouting.
Alright, we're back with a full tank of gas now. You've got 1,691 miles range. And I don't know what, there we go. We've got 439 miles left to go, about 23 minutes. If you're wondering why I know all this, it's because I'm using trucking.
Recomputing.
It's like a different application you can get, and once you pair it with the
Go straight.
when you connect it to the path for ATS and ETS, it gives you like real-time data on the truck, like mileage, brake pressure, how much fuel you have left, speed, the weight of the vehicle, all these different metrics. It also, and the most important thing for me is it tells me whether or not I'm at real stats or race miles, and it gives me a little notification if I get really close to that borderline, which is like 80.5 miles or something like that, or 81.5. So I always set my cruise control to either 79 or 80, but then when I'm going downhill, I always bring down the cruise control to 79, so that way it doesn't go past 81. Because there have been a couple of times where I've been on really long hauls, like doing 1,000, 1,500 mile trips, and I'm halfway. Jesus Christ, what is happening? I've been halfway, and we're gonna go around. We've been halfway to the destination, and I'm going downhill, and I hit 81.6 or something like that, and we lose 1,500 miles of realistic miles, and that really is disappointing. It's like the only comparison I can make to Elite Dangerous is before they had Super Cruise Assist. When you're approaching a planet or a station and you're going way too fast, you have to do what they call the loop of shame, because you shoot past the object or the star or the planet or whatever, and you basically have to dethrottle, go all the way back around, and it messes up your approach. I mean, it doesn't really add a lot more time, but it's just the frustration of expecting to stop at a certain time and then you just shoot straight past the target. That's the only comparison I can make to that. Oh, look at that. We're on 59. Speaking of highways, I gotta think which one is my favorite and least favorite highway. If I'm going south, I'm gonna have to choose 288. It's just a classic for me because I grew up south of the city in Freeport in Brazoria County, and 288 used to take that all the time to come up to the city to go to the hospital, take care of some health stuff for my siblings, I guess because they had been taken care of here. And then yeah, and then also after I moved out and had my own car and stuff, I decided to take a throwback trip back to Freeport and Brazoria County just to see what's changed in like the 13 plus years I had lived there. And I'm not gonna lie, Freeport is like, it's almost desolate. Like, I remember when I used to live there, it was like population of 20,000 or 15,000, and now it's like 10,000 and still declining. It looked like a ghost town. Entire sections of towns were just completely abandoned. It was almost unrecognizable. But in terms of the highways going down south, something about 288 just like it's nostalgic, but then because they've recently renovated the highway, I don't know, in the past 10 years, it looks really nice and clean, and then just the way that it cuts through the countryside. Like I could drive on that for hours and just be totally fine with it. But other than 288, some of the back roads in Missouri County, like the state highways or county roads, are really well maintained, and they still do the same. They still give you that same nostalgic feeling, but it's even greater because instead of it being like a highway with 3 lanes or 2 lanes, it's just a two-lane highway going, opposite directions. Gives you that country feel. I like going to Missouri County State Park or Brazos Bend. It's really nice. I've been there a couple of times in the past year. I'm trying to get back into hiking. So in addition to this channel, I'm going to be making another channel that's going to be more focused, on like nature and stuff like that. So this will be my primary
Go
channel
straight.
for gaming and whatever type of other entertainment related stuff I'll be doing. And then the other channel is called Not a City Boy. It's just based off of like my childhood growing up in the country. Even though I really wouldn't count Freeport as a countryside, but like a lot of the times we go see my aunt and uncle, and it's a little bit out there, out of the city. And also like when I grew up, after I was adopted, we would go do summer camp a lot. Up at Camp Allen and some other places like Camp Livingston. And I really enjoyed those like times when it's just me, friends, up in the woods, just going hiking or just messing around up there, doing whatever
Stay right,
kids
and
do.
then turn right.
I remember one time I got hit in the face by a football because my best friend's brother and I, some other kids, are
Turn
playing
right.
catch, and they were throwing the ball around, and he just says catch, but he doesn't say to who, right? And next thing I know, I have a football headed straight towards my face. Hits me square between my eyes, like at the bridge of my nose, and I
Get ready to
literally
turn
passed
left.
out for a few seconds. It just hit me, and it was lights out, and then I passed out right underneath the tree, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, is you okay?" I
Turn
was like,
left.
"Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just pissed off." So I just got hit in the face by a freaking football, and I wasn't expecting it. So I chased him around for a little bit, and then that was that. Yeah, so those types of memories that I'm looking to make again. So try to find like-minded people who are into that, so I can get back to it, get back in shape, and I don't know, just live a fuller life. I guess that's what all of us kind of want to do. I don't know about other streamers, but I'm not gonna lie, a lot of this is therapeutic, like streaming. Because even though I don't really know how many people are watching my stream, I doubt anyone is watching right now because I don't really have a lot of subscribers, but just talking, right? Even if it's to other people or like it's just for myself, right? Like getting all this stuff out. It's therapeutic, especially you're driving along the road and just talking about stuff. I feel like it can really help some people out. Although I definitely think that some other streamers, this would not be relaxing or whatever. It'd probably be stressful to them because they like think about like, oh, what do I have to say to get more engagement and make sure that people keep coming back to my stream. To me, I really don't like that don't really concern me because I'm not out here to get famous. I'm not out here to get YouTube plaques. It'd be nice to get a little bit of side income, but I don't really depend on it because I already know how hard it is for the algorithm to pick up people and get views out there. But I'm is more concerned
Go
about
straight.
sharing the experience. Because this is one game that I really do love. I've got almost 1,000 hours. I'm like 200 hours short of it. But in the past 2 years, I've racked up like 300 hours. Because it's just one of those games you can always come back to. And it's that same thing that I'll say about Elite Dangerous. It's because there's just so much variety. With ATS, the variety isn't like the different gameplay loops, because the gameplay loop for ATS is pretty much the same. Just go point A to point B. The difference is that the different places you can go and the way to get there is what brings you that variety in ATS. With Elite Dangerous, it's the different things you can do. It's not just like hauling cargo. You know, if you want to be a bounty hunter, if you want to be a pirate, if you want to be an explorer, if you want to be a biologist, you can do all of those things. And there's definitely money to be made in all of those things. Arguably, some make a little
Go
bit more
straight.
than others, but they come with caveats, right? They come with different time, like how much time it takes to do something, versus some other things. And some are action-packed, like bounty hunting and PvE, and then fighting Dargoids, and then there's just hauling, you know, like ATS, you know, and then there's exploration. Exploration, I don't know, it isn't for everybody, but I like it because you get to be going to new places. And then also that rush of finding your first Earth-like worlds that's completely undiscovered, that has completely no one went through the system, no one scanned any planets, no one scanned any evil life forms. Because, you know, I hope that Elite Dangerous lasts forever, right? If it does, right, that's your name stamped on that planet, even if it's just virtual, right? But who knows? Maybe one day humanity will go out to the stars, and you know, when they discover that planet, sure, someone will actually have set foot on it, but virtually, even the first one will discover it, if it's actually. I don't know how they. I mean, I know that they have a procedural generation, so I don't know if it's like 100% accurate that that is actually there. And if it is, then technically you didn't discover it, the telescope did. But I don't know,
Go
it's just
straight.
that feeling of discovering something in the game for the first time and it being yours, especially now with colonization. You know, it would be nice to see eventually where we don't have to expand out from a place that's already expanded. But it makes sense though, because the logistical challenges of hauling hundreds of thousands of cargo to a place that's undiscovered, that is nowhere near the bubble, has to be immense. Like, the only way I can see people doing it is if they did it with a squadron. But even then, right, you'd have to have multiple squadrons doing multiple runs all the time to get the system colonized and then become self-sufficient. But in reality, it won't be self-sufficient unless you have like every type of planet and every type of moon. Then I don't see how you could have a system that's self-sufficient, because you'd still need, you know, different stuff. If you have high tech, you need materials to produce that high tech.
Stay right, and then turn
Industrial,
right.
you need places to, you know, you need the materials you need to refine those materials.
Turn right.
And if your extraction, oops, here we go. And if your extraction economy, then you need a place to ship those materials that you just mined out on the planet. And if you're like 2,000 light years from the nearest station or nearest populated system, then it really doesn't make any sense to build an economy over there, because there is nothing over there. Now, I'll argue that the only exception to that is Colombia. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I know it's player-run campaign to expand to the Colonia bubble, but like when it first started out, Colonia was
Stay
the
right.
only station out there. So I don't know how they managed. I mean, I think we know people went out there and dropped off materials, right? But eventually, Colonia had to become self-sufficient, right? So that it could produce all the materials it needed to colonize the systems next to it. I don't know how that's going to work with colonization now. Who knows? They might be working on it. It would be nice to see that in the future. It'd also be nice to see a more different variety of stations. Like, I know that themselves to how big these ships can be.
Stay
Right?
left.
Like, I feel like the Anaconda and the Panther Clipper are really stretching the limits of what is possible and Elite Dangerous. Like, I don't think you could go any bigger than that unless you were like, I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like you can't get any bigger than the Panther Clipper, to be honest. And in all reality, why would you? I mean, it's the biggest ship in the game now, I think, and you know, it has a lot of cargo, and I don't see how you could have a bigger ship that would be like balanced enough to do pretty much anything other than cargo. Because I can't imagine doing. I mean, I know people who have already been trying to make a combat build out of a Panther Clipper, but that just doesn't seem logical unless you're like just going to be farming credits and sitting in there with auto turrets. But then again, it takes some of that fun out of it. Like, why would you go? That's not really combat. Because if you're doing combat, there's a sense of danger to it. And if you just got a whole tank with shields and you don't really have to worry about getting blown up, then there's really no thrill to it. Yeah. But going back to ATS, some of the things that I would like to see here, and I was really disappointed by it, is I just bought the steering wheel DLC, and I thought I was going to be fully customize my steering wheel, and it turns out it's just different types of steering wheels. Like, there's no real customization to it. Like, you don't even get any more knobs than originally without the DLC. So I would really like to see, like, can we do different button configurations, change the custom colors like you could do with paint jobs. I'd really like to see that. But then I'd also like to see like a more classic trucks, like the John Ruda Freightaker Cascadia. It's like an old Freightliner model. I would like to see that, right? Because we only have one Freightliner model, like, but they have a lot more that they've made in the time that they've been around. So it'd be nice to see some more classic builds. Because to be honest, the only classic builds that they have right now that feel like a classic, they have a couple, right? But the true classics are the Kenworth and the Peterbilt. I know you could say you have the International and with the Mack truck, but I don't know, those still kind of feel a little modern to me. Like, I want something like truly classic, purely mechanical and analog. That'd be nice to see. See a little outside action here. So there we go. Crash. I used to grab it like this, but just a little far from the track roll.
Stay right.
I like it. If anyone's watching, let me know in the comments what is your favorite trailer. And I'll see which one we'll take out next stream. And I do wish that they had like more aerodynamic, like more physics features, like aerodynamic stuff. Like depending on the trailer or the cargo that you're holding, like you burn up way fuel, or you're like a little more sluggish on the handling. I mean, they definitely improved a lot on the physics since I first got the game a while ago. But it'd be nice to see a little bit more specificity when it comes to the physics. I know they have mods out there, but with 1.55 just coming out, I'm not running any mods because I don't want to break my game. Because when I first started 1.55, my previous account completely got corrupted and I had to delete it. Now, in their defense, I did have like 20 different mods on it. But recently, I have 0 mods on this new account. It still crashes from time to time, so I don't know if it's just, if it's an update thing or if it's on my side.
Stay
I've ever
left.
seen, because they give the players what they actually want. They are very good at communicating. They go to events that the community hosts, right? A lot of game developers don't even care about their clients, about their customers. They're just concerned about a wallet. And I understand that they need to make money, but at the same time, like, what is the point of doing all this if it isn't to appease the players? Like, you're literally taking the human element out of gaming. And I think that's what a lot of AAA studios have lost, is they're all concerned about the shareholders. You also have to remember that your player base, they're shareholders too, right? Because without
Stay
them,
left.
you don't have a company. So you gotta, these different studios gotta really look hard at themselves and go back to the basics, right? Because if you look at Call of Duty, I was watching like a video earlier today. It was talking about how a couple of years ago they had 1 to 3 million players, like daily, and now it's like 100 to 300,000. That's a 10 times difference. And it's probably because the content is all repetitive. Yeah, sure, you can increase the graphics to be godlike.
Stay left.
But if you're requiring people to get a 1 terabyte SSD just to fit your one game, and it's not even that different from the previous one, how can you expect people to keep coming back? And it's just sad, because like early 2000s to 2010s, right? They were pumping out some really good titles, but it seems like in the last,
Stay left.
what is it?
And then exit
6,
left.
10 years? Yeah, I'd say last 10 years, they've been making some pretty questionable decisions
Exit left.
when it comes to their games. I mean, the first Modern Warfare, like the new one that they made, that was the bomb. But then they made Modern Warfare 2, and that's when people started noticing a trend. They were like, okay, well, this doesn't really seem that different. It just seems like it's a DLC. And honestly, that's all that it is. It's just a different DLC. And then they just consolidated all of that under Modern Warfare. So I'd much rather you guys sell that as a DLC and pay like $19-ish, $20 for an add-on, versus spending almost $100 on additional storage and
Stay right. Then exit right.
Having to download the game, 8 hours, depending on your
Exit right.
Because, like, think about it. Like, if you wanted to play the new Modern Warfare series from start to finish, you couldn't do it with all 3 games installed.
Turn right,
Unless you had a crazy
and then
amount of
continue
data
straight.
storage, then I don't see how you could do it. Because I don't know exactly how much it
Go
was, but I
straight.
know it's at least over 100 gigs for each game. So, think about it. That's at least 300 gigs of data storage that you need. Now I have, let me see, it's 1.5 terabytes, 2 terabytes of game data storage. I have like over 20 games installed across that 1.5 terabytes. So it just tells you the difference. And just because the game is bigger in size doesn't mean it's going to be better. Bigger is not always better. And I know that's, surprising because I'm from Texas and everything's bigger here. Trust me. If you think bigger is better, then go on I-10 West on a very busy day and you'll learn that bigger is not better. Because just because you have like 16 lanes across a highway doesn't mean you're going to get anywhere faster. It just makes people think that it's faster, but in reality it doesn't. It just makes it worse. So you got to make sure you've got quality over quantity.
Go straight.
Honestly, if I can't find any music for the next stream, I'll just turn on like the whatever music they have in ATS. So that way it's not completely silent because I don't know if you guys want to hear me talk for an hour. I don't know if I want to talk for an hour. So finding it in between, that'd be nice.
Go straight.
Okay, yeah, this is definitely where we're dropping off. So we're gonna turn left, yeah, we are. Isn't that bad? We'll stick to 45.
Go straight.
Turn left.
Go straight.
Let's go. I've never seen one of those trucks before with the flashing lights. It's nice.
Stay right.
just getting a call from my friend. Kind of running a little late here. I told them I'd hang out with them after 3, but
Stay left, and then turn left. Turn left.
Here we go. We are literally about to finish here, so I won't be hanging for too long. Now we're
It's
gonna
all
kinda
over
back it
now.
up the old-fashioned way. Let's hope we can do it. Let's see what we got. Oh god, that's gonna be difficult. I may have to skip it. Let's see how we're gonna do this. Honestly, it might not be that difficult. Here we go. Perfect. Let's see how we did. Not bad. Alrighty, well, I hope y'all enjoyed that. I sure did. That was very nice and relaxing. So, if y'all are interested in watching more videos or more streams, just subscribe, like the video, and just hope I can have you guys join me at the next stream tomorrow for the Panther Clipper if you're interested in Blue Dangerous. Yeah, so it's nice seeing you guys, and I hope everybody has a great day. It's end the stream.